Hi there, this is Sean Donahoe, the Manic Marketer, and in today's video we're going to look at 5 very simple and highly effective ways that you can make more money with your blogs. Okay, tip number 1 as we get started, and it's probably the most powerful tip of all, is clean up your blog and do so immediately. Make sure that you and your visitors can easily navigate through your blog, and you need to do this so they can find the information they need. They don't turn away and go somewhere else where it's easier to find what they want, and remove any clutter that interferes with the flow of the content on your blog. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, when a person arrives on your blog, they're looking for information that obviously they've caught their attention from a link somewhere. So as soon as they land on your blog and your page opens, they're looking for their eyes to anchor on a starting point on your blog. Now, anything that interferes with that and makes it very difficult to find the starting point is going to have a very frustrated visitor, and you're going to lose that visitor to some other website who's going to get the money that could be potentially earned by turning that visitor into a customer. Now, the easiest way to achieve both of those goals is to get a nice professional looking template, and nothing will change the entire perception of your blog by getting a very good template. Now, there are plenty of free templates out there, and there are plenty of commercial templates out there that are very cost effective, and I'll be very honest, with my background in graphics design, nothing will really make you feel better about your blog than getting a really good solid template. Now, by doing that, your visitors will find it much easier to move around on your blog, as we've hinted, and they are going to stick around longer, and it'll be much easier to convert that visitor into a customer with a very good, clean blog layout. Now, tip number 2, is your blog optimized? Now, blogs have a great foundation for solid search engine optimization. We'll call that SEO if you're not familiar with the term. Now, you can do a lot to make it even more efficient by using different plugins, by using different other techniques that will really help you streamline and make sure you avoid things like duplicate content, make sure that you're optimizing your robots.txt and all sorts of other geeky stuff that you can actually get plenty of information online about, or you can actually look on our main website, themanicmarketer.com. We have plenty of stuff about SEO there. But if you can really make your SEO as efficient as possible, you will get increased ranking, which means more visitors to convert into actual customers. And if you make sure that your content is targeted to the customer and let the content flow in a natural state towards a take action step for that customer, you are really going to create a very strong money flow for your blog. However, when you're writing your content and you've really optimized your content towards that goal, make sure you keep SEO in mind, and you really will make a heck of a difference with your blog. Next tip, are you sensitive to heat? Now, you may start thinking this is something to do with infrared and night vision goggles, and in many ways you are. This is exactly in relation to hotspots on your page, and positioning your ad for maximum exposure is vital. And if you can get your ads in the right spot, you will dramatically increase the profit that your website makes. And positioning ads in the top left part of the screen really helps, and this is one of the hottest spots on your website. Now, hot spots really do mean this is where people's eyes rest, and if you look at popular blogs, you can see how they're doing it and where their hotspots tend to be, because these areas are where people look most, and these are what we refer to as hotspots or heat zones. And if you can, you want your ads to appear right where those hot spots are, and the hottest spots on your page are the money-making spots. These tend to be the top left, in the header, to the right, and you can do it periodically down the page as well, because these, as people read their articles, their eyes are going down and down the page, and you can do an interrupt without being cluttered. If you overkill, if everything what we call above the fold, in other words, the entire area of your website before you scroll down, if you have 90% ads in those spots, that's cluttered. The person's eye is going to have trouble resting on the spot to start because you're bombarding them with ads. So be subtle, be efficient, and give the customer something to actually read. Next, get the word out about your blog. Now, ideally, you should really spend at least 1 hour a day promoting your blog, and you can do that in many ways, and there are many ways that we cover on our main website, themanicmarketer.com. You also need to make sure that your ping list is actually up to date and active. And if you look on WordPress.org, and they have in their kind of documentation sections, they have some really good information about ping lists and keeping your ping list up to date. It's really does make a difference. And actually, I believe we have a very good article on themanicmarketer.com which contains an up-to-date ping list that we'll try and keep up to date for you all. And also on that same article, you'll see a whole load of RSS directories that you can submit your RSS feed to and get some instant links back to your website. These really do help with deep linking and ranking for everything you have going on your blog. Now, another really good tip is to get an XML sitemap for your website, and you can do some more research on that if you're not familiar with what an XML sitemap actually is. But all three of the top search engines, that's Google with their 80% search share, MSN, which is now Bing, and Yahoo, all support sitemaps. So if you can get a sitemap out there, they're going to find it much easier to index your website and find the pages that will help them list and rank you on their search engines. Now, as I've said, there are many ways you can promote your blog, and the more exposure you get, the more money you're going to make by doing so. Now, lastly, are you being social? Now, social media is a great promotional tool for bloggers. So make sure that your blog is integrated with tools like Facebook, MySpace, and what have you, and use Twitter to promote your blog posts and build a following there. Now, you can also use link services such as ShareThis to help others promote your blog to social bookmarking places, to their Twitter, to their Facebook, MySpace, and all the other social networks out there. If you take full advantage of social networking, you really are going to magnify the viral effect of your blog. And if you are not using social media, believe me, you are missing out. Well, that's it. Those are 5 quick tips to help you make more money blogging. And if you take those into consideration and start applying them, you really will see a significant difference over time. And you'll start thinking, well, why the heck didn't I do this sooner? Now, these are fundamental tips, and we have a lot more tips like that on our main website. So go have a look at themanicmarketer.com when you get a chance. You'll find a lot more cool stuff on there like that.